Imagine walking out to your backyard every single morning, picking fresh food, and knowing that every plant out there is going to keep producing for you next year, and the year after that, and the year after that, without you ever having to replant a single one. No starting over every spring. No buying new seeds every season. Just plants that work for you quietly, consistently, and profitably year after year. Most people spend their whole gardening life replanting the same vegetables over and over and never realize there is a completely smarter way to do this. Today we are fixing that. Here are the top 12 perennial crops that you plant once and profit from for years, and number 8 is the one almost nobody is talking about. Welcome to Homestead Roots, where we help everyday people grow real food, build genuine independence, and create a life that is simpler, healthier, and more rewarding. Today we are talking about something that can genuinely change the way you think about your garden and your land. Perennial crops. Plants that come back on their own every single year, require far less work than annuals, and can actually make you real money at farmers markets, through online sales, or simply by cutting your grocery bill down to almost nothing. By the end of this video you will know exactly which 12 crops are worth planting, why they are profitable, and the one simple tip for each one that most beginner growers completely miss. Stay with me all the way through because the last few on this list are genuinely surprising. Before we dive in, if you are someone who believes that growing your own food is one of the smartest and most satisfying things a person can do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. We post practical no-fluff homesteading content every single week and I would hate for you to miss what is coming next. And if this video helps you even a little, a quick thumbs up goes a long way in helping more people find this channel. Okay. Let us get growing. 1. Asparagus, the 25-year investment you start today. Asparagus is the crop that rewards patience more than almost anything else in the garden. You plant it once, give it 2 years to settle in and establish strong roots, and then it rewards you with fresh spears every single spring for up to 25 years. At farmers markets across the United States, fresh local asparagus sells consistently for $4 to $8 per pound. A well-established bed producing even modest amounts can bring in meaningful income every spring with zero replanting cost and very little ongoing maintenance. The key most beginners miss is choosing the right variety from the start. All-male varieties like Jersey Knight or Jersey Giant produce significantly more spears and live considerably longer than standard mixed varieties. Starting right saves you years of disappointment. 2. Rhubarb, the pie plant with serious profit potential. Rhubarb is one of those plants that serious homesteaders quietly love while everyone else overlooks it completely. Plant it once in a sunny well-drained spot and it will come back stronger and more productive every single year. It tolerates cold winters remarkably well, which makes it one of the best options for gardeners in northern states who struggle to find truly hardy perennial crops. And its market appeal goes far beyond fresh stalks. Rhubarb jams, sauces, baked goods, and preserves all command premium prices and customers love them. The tip that changes everything for rhubarb growers is dividing the crowns every 4 to 5 years. This keeps your plants vigorous and productive, and it multiplies your growing stock for completely free, which means more harvest and more profit every season. 3. Elderberry, the backyard wellness goldmine. If you want to grow one crop that taps directly into one of the fastest growing markets in the United States right now, elderberry is it. The demand for elderberry products including syrups, tinctures, gummies, teas, and immune supplements has exploded over the last decade and small growers are capturing real income from it. A single mature elderberry bush can produce up to 15 pounds of berries per season. Dried elderberries sell for $15 to $30 per pound through online platforms and at health food stores. The numbers add up fast even from a small planting. The most important growing tip for elderberry is to always plant at least 2 different varieties in close proximity. Elderberries need cross-pollination to produce a full crop and 2 compatible varieties will dramatically increase your harvest compared to planting just one. 4. Honeyberries, first to ripen, first to sell. Honeyberries, also known as haskap berries, are one of the most underused crops in the profitable homestead world and that is genuinely surprising once you understand what makes them so valuable. They are one of the very first fruits to ripen each year, often ready as early as late April or May in northern states. That means when you show up at a farmer's market in spring, you have fresh ripe fruit while almost every other vendor is still waiting for their season to begin. Early supply with strong demand equals premium prices, and fresh honeyberries regularly sell for $6 to $10 per pint. They are also extraordinarily cold hardy, surviving temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes them one of the very best options for homesteaders in the coldest parts of the country. Asterisk, have you ever tasted a honeyberry? They are incredible. Drop a comment below and let me know if you have ever grown or tried them. 5. Blackberries, the low-maintenance cash machine. Blackberries are vigorous, generous, and consistently one of the top-selling fruits at farmers' markets across the entire country. Once your patch is established, it essentially manages itself, spreading and producing with very little input from you year after year. Fresh blackberries sell for $4 to $6 per pint at market, and customers return every single week during harvest season because the demand never seems to slow down. Beyond fresh sales, blackberries translate beautifully into jams, cobblers, shrubs, and fruit wines, all of which command significantly higher prices than fresh fruit alone. Choosing thornless varieties like Triple Crown or Natchez makes harvesting faster, easier, and far more enjoyable. This is the one tip that separates frustrated blackberry growers from successful ones. 6. Comfrey, the plant that gives in every direction. Comfrey is one of the most genuinely useful plants on any homestead, and it deserves far more attention than it gets from most gardeners. Its large leaves break down quickly into one of the richest natural fertilizers available, its deep roots mine nutrients from far below the soil surface, and it regrows after cutting multiple times per season. From a profit perspective, dried comfrey leaf sells steadily through herbal markets and online platforms. Comfrey root divisions sell consistently to other gardeners establishing their own patches, and comfrey salves and balms are popular value-added products at craft and farmers markets. Always choose Bocking 14, which is a sterile cultivated variety that does not self-seed aggressively. This keeps your comfrey growing exactly where you want it without taking over your entire garden. 7. Lavender, one plant, endless products, endless income. Lavender is one of the most documented profitable small acreage crops in the United States, and it is a perennial that returns reliably for 10 years or more with the right care. What makes it uniquely valuable is that it does not sell as just one product. It sells as dried bundles, essential oil, culinary herb, sachets, soaps, candles, wedding decor, and event experiences. Lavender farms across the country successfully charge admission for you-pick events, run workshops, and sell both wholesale and directly to consumers online. Even a modest backyard planting of 50 to 100 plants can generate meaningful, consistent income when you approach it with intention. For best results in U.S. growing conditions, plant Hidcote for compact deep purple beauty or Grosso for high oil content and outstanding fragrance. Both are proven performers that hold up beautifully through harsh winters and hot summers. 8. Goji berries, the superfood gap nobody is filling. Here is the one that surprises almost everyone. The vast majority of goji berries sold across the United States are imported and dried. Fresh locally grown goji berries are genuinely rare at most markets, which means homesteaders who grow them are filling a gap that almost nobody else is addressing. Customers who care about health and local sourcing will seek out fresh goji berries and pay well for them. Dried goji berries sell for $12 to $20 per pound, and fresh berries command even more from buyers at specialty markets, health food stores, and through direct farm sales. Goji plants take 2 to 3 years to reach full production, but once established, a single plant delivers several pounds of berries per season with remarkably little input. The wait is absolutely worth it. 9. Turkish Rocket, the unusual green that makes you stand out. Turkish Rocket is a perennial vegetable that produces tender young leaves and flower buds with a flavor similar to broccoli rabe every spring. It is one of the first edible greens ready to harvest each year, and it is virtually unknown at most markets across the country. That unfamiliarity is actually your advantage. Chefs, food-curious shoppers, and farmers market regulars are consistently drawn to unusual locally grown produce and will often pay premium prices simply because something is rare and interesting. Showing up with a crop nobody else has is one of the most reliable ways to build a loyal customer base quickly. Harvest young leaves and flower buds before they open fully for the best flavor, the best texture, and the most attractive presentation at market. 10. Sunchokes, underground abundance that multiplies itself. Jerusalem artichokes, which most people know as sunchokes, are knobby golden tubers that grow on tall dramatic sunflower-like plants. Plant them once and they multiply underground every single year on their own, giving you an expanding harvest with no additional investment of time, money, or effort. Sunchokes have become genuinely popular among chefs and at farm-to-table restaurants for their nutty sweet flavor and their versatility. They sell for $3 to $5 per pound at market, and because they multiply so generously, your original planting just keeps growing your income potential year after year. One important tip: give them a dedicated contained bed. Sunchokes spread enthusiastically and will happily take over neighboring garden areas if given the chance. Contained and managed, they are a wonderful productive crop. Unmanaged, they become a project. 11. Hardy kiwi, surprising fruit, almost zero competition. Most Americans think of kiwi as a fuzzy brown fruit from the grocery store. Hardy kiwi is a completely different experience. It is small, smooth-skinned, intensely sweet, and eaten whole like a grape. And it grows successfully across a wide range of U.S. climates, including cold northern regions where regular kiwi would never survive. Once a hardy kiwi vine hits its stride, usually by year 3 or 4, it can produce up to 100 pounds of fruit per vine annually. Fresh hardy kiwis are nearly impossible to find outside of specialty growers, which means very little competition and very enthusiastic customers willing to pay well for something genuinely rare and local. You will need at least one male plant for every 6 to 8 female plants to ensure strong pollination and a consistently full harvest each season. 12. Stinging nettle, the weed worth growing on purpose. Stinging nettle is the plant most gardeners spend energy trying to eliminate. Intentional homestead growers see it completely differently. Dried nettle leaf is in consistent demand for teas, supplements, and natural fiber. Fresh nettle is sought after by chefs for pastas, soups, and pestos. Nettle root is used widely in herbal medicine preparations. Because almost no one is deliberately cultivating and selling it at scale, the market for intentionally grown quality nettle is genuinely open for homesteaders ready to take it seriously. The barrier to entry is low, the plant is extremely easy to grow, and the demand comes from multiple directions at once. Always harvest with gloves. Blanching or thoroughly drying the leaves immediately and completely neutralizes the sting, making them safe and delicious to handle and eat. Asterisk: which of these 12 crops are you most excited to add to your homestead this year? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one and I genuinely love hearing your plans. So there you have it. 12 perennial crops that you plant once and profit from for years, sometimes for decades. Asparagus and rhubarb for the patient long-term grower. Elderberry and lavender for the wellness and lifestyle market. Honeyberries and blackberries for consistent fresh fruit sales. Comfrey and Turkish Rocket for the homesteader who wants to stand out. Sunchokes and goji berries for the health-conscious buyer. Hardy kiwi for the rare fruit enthusiast. And stinging nettle for the open-minded grower willing to see value where others see a weed. You do not need a large property. You do not need expensive equipment. You need the right plants, a little patience, and a willingness to think beyond one season at a time. The best time to plant any of these was years ago. The second best time is this season. Start with 1. Start with 2. Just start. If this video gave you even one new idea for your homestead or backyard garden, please take 2 seconds and give it a thumbs up. It helps this channel reach more people who are trying to build something real and sustainable with their own hands. Subscribe to Homestead Roots if you are not already part of this community and ring that bell so you never miss a new video. We cover everything from profitable crops to food preservation, natural living, and building genuine self-sufficiency step by step. And if you are ready to go even deeper, check out our video on the most profitable farmers market crops for small growers. It pairs perfectly with everything we covered today, and I think you are going to find it incredibly useful. Until next time, keep your roots growing deep and your harvest growing wide.